Thank you. We're coming to you from GAD World 2017 in Paris. I'm speaking to Bob Montgomery, Vice President of Airport Affairs with Southwest Airlines, and he's making several presentations at the conference, and we wanted to ask him a few questions. First question, Bob. Yes. What is your view of airport privatization?
Well, at first I need to define privatization because I find people talk about two different things. One is overall airport privatization, consistent with the limited privatization program overseen by the FAA, such as what has been done in Puerto Rico and their ideas for St. Louis. We talked about it at Chicago Midway at one time. So full airport privatization. And then there's P3 delivery, public-private partnership delivery of individual projects. And I think that that world of private projects or individual projects is gaining steam. I think that there's a lot of reasons to do it. I think on the overall privatization of the entire airport that we're still waiting for a real good reason to do that and the right business deal.
Okay. And your experience with public-private partnerships so far in the United States?
Well, I am one.
You are one, okay.
I am one. Southwest Airlines designed and built and funded the Love Field transformation for the city of Dallas and then turned over ownership to them. We also did the international concourse at Houston Hobby Airport for another $150 million. The Dallas project was $500 million. And we're also doing complete renovations of Terminal 1 in Los Angeles, Terminal 1.5 in Los Angeles, and we've done a new international concourse and new concessions area and security checkpoint area at Fort Lauderdale International.
So what was your role in those projects?
Well, in all of those cases, we, except for Fort Lauderdale, we financed, handled the design, and handled the construction. So we've been the construction manager and we're occupying those facilities as well.
Great. Do you think in your experience that the United States is ripe for privatization?
I think that, that it is ripe for the P3 delivery of individual projects. And mainly, not because our airport partners are stupid, but because our governmental processes are complex and they bring inefficiency to the table. And with the size of projects that we have today, being projects that cost in the billions of dollars, we just simply can't afford the inefficiency that government typically brings to the table, nor can we tolerate the long time frame for construction. We need these projects fast, we need to get them online, and we need to get using them.
And in terms of ripeness, and recently the U.S. Congress, House of Representatives have talked about eliminating the federal tax exemption for private activity bonds. How might that impact the attractiveness of P3s in the United States?
Well, I think first, Sheri, I got to say, I think it's an inordinately bad idea.
Couldn't agree more.
I think it's a bad idea, and I think that it takes away the only advantage that government has, which is lower cost of capital. Now governments are going to find themselves unable to compete because they can't compete by operating more efficiently. They can't compete by constructing better, faster, and cheaper. They can't compete by revenue generation and creative revenue generation or operation and maintenance. I mean, when you take away the capital component, they're losers. And it's going to tilt the scales towards P3 developments.
Okay, well, thank you. And thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to see you next year.